we're back. Trying to very slowly figure out what's going on. Center. I was gonna come talk to this guy, but I think he wandered off. I do have quests I could follow, I guess. Maybe we should do that. I talk to that guy. I'm gonna talk to this bathroom guy. I don't see anybody in the bathroom, she's crazy. Okay. Oh, there we go. I was like, where do we check our quests? All right. There we go. It's this forum area. I have a flashlight, don't I?
Galerius?
Horatius? Looking a bit troubled
Whatever's
there.
in that great temple up there on the bluff. Hi, salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius.
Nobody saw it coming.
Terrible shame what happened to
I
you,
thought
yeah.
you Stoics weren't
But we
supposed
just
worry
have to
about
carry on,
things
don't
you
we?
can't control.
Yeah.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
There is something I can do. What if she's out there somewhere suffering, waiting to be found?
That's hardly my concern.
Sounds like you're torturing
But
yourself.
if you get a job,
Leave that
work
for the
hard
gods.
and save your coins,
relax.
you should be able to
Get some
afford it
rest.
within, say,
Tomorrow's a new day.
5 years?
I suppose you're right.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what? You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navier on our hands. She claimed the statue was whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Silphium or not? Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget? You mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave. Fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done. Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin. Thank you, friend. But it turns out it might have been a stroke of good fortune, because this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here. I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking. It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk. Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet. Thank you, friend. Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us? Not going to happen. Very well. Another time.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind? Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it. I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and 2 little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. Sprinted so fast I almost threw up, but by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young. It was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These Legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. Election starting.
I love your clothes. So, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before, a certain learning and sophistication. Coming on a bit strong, don't you think? I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern? Let it go. Nothing's going to happen between us. You know, normally, I'd expect you to buy me a drink before asking if I want to get out of here. I guess that went right over your head. Never mind. As a matter of fact, I do know a way out. I'm happy to tell you all about it, but this is valuable information we're talking about, and I don't just give it out like some cheap oracle. So, how badly do you want it? Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you? Well, I can't tell you too much, or you'd figure it out for yourself. But I promise you, you'll never have to spend another hour in this city ever again. Simple. It's a one-way trip, and I'm not ready to go just yet. I like my life here. One day, maybe, but not now. I think of it this way. I have something of value, and I'm willing to share it for a price. That's not unethical. That's just good business. Now, do you want it or not? If I took your money without giving you what I promised, I'd be breaking the golden rule, wouldn't I? And I have no interest in doing that. What's the matter? Can't afford it? Well, perhaps you could take out a loan. I understand Malleolus has lent money to others, on occasion. I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. As the saying goes, to drink is human, so we drink. Certainly, for 10 denarii. Have you met Livia? She used to do my hair, until one day she just snapped. This place has that effect on people. Now, she just stands around, caked in filth, muttering nonsense to herself. It's a real shame. Now I have to do my own hair. I hear that if Malleolus is elected, he's gonna throw a small festival to celebrate, with entertainment and everything. Can't wait to find out what it is. Whatever you like. All right, see ya. You stay away from my money.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Of night.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you... I don't think so. Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it. Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than... And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen. But don't worry, it's all right. Ah, it's you again. Now, what... Well, as much as I'd love to get out of here, but Scintilla, Sentius's daughter, went missing a few weeks back. Could be she found a way. If anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me. Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing. I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but even I could do a better job. Me! I've bounced the idea around once or twice. Mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. Gods know, but from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stick. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's And how could you know that? I mean, I don't like the man, but I don't see how you... You overheard him say that? Oh, why does that not surprise me? Well, in that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus... If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate... All right.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, but it does not. The bloodless shadows want some the house of the ruler of the depth. They know there is only a downward. Help me. It is better for you if you remain the bloodless shadow. You think it is better for you if you remain the newly
Wait, yeah, I mean, if you want to get a leasehold, that's fine. It just means we're gonna have all that extra money to do stuff. Like, that's fine. I'm not opposed to that idea necessarily. Yeah. Well, if it's in a good location.
But I've been thinking about that because I've seen a few like this. I don't know if I want this location particularly.
Right.
But, like, I'm like,
But a leasehold might not be bad.
and you
Because
can
we're
first
just
kind
gonna,
of
like, get in
rent it.
and, like, sell it for
We can
cheap
still
and move
rent-
out.
or we can still rent it out
That's true.
if we're making like a lot of money, right?
Well, if we're getting it for... we'll have to see if what the deal with the leasehold is, if we can rent it out. But I assume we can. Because then we can just make more money until, like, the thing expires, and then it expires, and it's like, whatever.
2036.
Yeah. So that's like a 10 years of like making like a couple $1,000 maybe. Yeah. That's something we can look into.
Keep an eye out for Santilla, would you? What is it, citizen? What business is that of yours? A lot of people have been looking for her. But it's been through... Santilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia. You might fare better though, I suppose. Fine. Alright.
Hey Horatius, how's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I'm stone, remember?
If the old man couldn't even keep his own daughter safe.
Name's Wolfius. What?
Salve, friend. I'm welcome to life under... All right, well, it was lovely to meet you.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Wolfius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck?
I know. Please.
I'm sorry, but I...
Please, I'll help him. If... I don't know. Thank you.
You know about that? How is that possible? Well, you don't understand. I don't want... It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock. If I backed out now, I'd be... No. I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! Well, that was not... I'll have to... And I'd best... Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your majesty. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your majesty.
That was... Of course not. But as I always say, if... Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check the cisterns beneath this villa. Of course, just to be clear... Are you... Why would I with... Don't talk nonsense. How could you... Nonsense! This is not... I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure... And now, I'm going to enjoy... Now, get out of here! Get out of...
I'm not supposed... Domitius! This is outrageous. Do I need to call Domitius?
What now? Malleolus. Listen, I don't abduct women. Listen, I don't You don't know Whatever.
Enjoy the freedom you deserve. And, yes, no more shall you walk on exchange.
Oh, I wish Horatius...
We're finally We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule. I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Is that about right? Ah, look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now... Now, I assume you've sought me... Of course, what is... Yes? Why do you say that? So I'm told. This is truly atrocious behavior. Thank you for bringing this to my... Ah, it looks like you're... Ask then. Good. Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion. It's a cavalry officer. As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you. So, it seemed... My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard. Now the port is usually bustling, but they were trying to escape a terrible fight. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here. I went looking for my horse, and... I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing... They're supposed to be annual, but I agree. Unfortunately, it just seems to... Very well. If I did... I've had plenty of time to think about. I've always considered my guiding star to be our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon give the gods what they want. The real enemy in this place is not... I trust that... You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught. Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure you that it was not so long ago, during the Republic. The law of the 12 tables would have required that he be killed as soon as... Here, we see to it that he has food, a privilege that would be taken away. The man has no... I will not jeopardize the lives of... Thank you. You've returned.
What's so funny?
Do you have any new...
The comics are in and I was just like, had like a slight miscommunication, and I was like...
Of course. What is it? Yes? Why do you say that? What? That's... I'm speechless. How do you... Well then, you must stop him from winning the election. I can't be seen to be involved in this, of course. You'd better not waste any time. And Meswada. Good. Thank you. If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Whatever are you wearing? Oh, look. I trust...
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a boat?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Help! Thank you. He's still in. I have to hide. What? All right, fine.
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least help out with repairs and... But you probably don't... Oh, I'm glad. But there's one thing that puzzles me. I'm not sure. It could mean... Or it could mean... that they were... Who really... If only they were... Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of it, they're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering. With a very practical it's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath, and the rest is funneled... Hey, not so loud. I'm not saying it's impossible. You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery, given the way it's positioned so prominently. Look, unfortunately, someone, you see... Usually a temple is dedicated to a particular... There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown... And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter, so we're all left wondering, unless somebody figures... Of course. You wouldn't believe there are much worse places to live, but once you get used to the Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Noviomagus. And learn to... They weren't nearly as... Some people say it's divine. I mean, once you've been here long... Which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference, and I'm pretty sure. Good. Then I'll hope you... The first is to leave. The second is to Good question. It's best if I say no more, but... Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my... Hey, nothing gets by you. Sorry, that was mean. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know, so I hid who I was for. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly. Needless to say, since I'm now living under, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened. Nice of you to say, but in any case, the Romans are far more or at least I thought that was the case. It's not just graffiti. The strange thing is, I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, it's... Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god. And if there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since days. All I know is if these threats keep escalating... What? Really? I'm glad you arrived when you did. Someone who lives or works in the forum, but if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. Come back and let me know what you find.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings. My friend... This is troubling, is it not? But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her. I hope that...
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth. Salve, stranger. Oh. I don't, I'm afraid. Very well.
Shh, I'm hiding. Did you stop him? Well, what are you...
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune.
Hello? Hello? You're going to... Oh. You're...
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now.
You took care... An accident? So, I do have a question, though. So you... kind of...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
What else must come and pass away?
Oh, sounds... All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the... I'll go.
Whatever.
You there! I'm sorry. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our... And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from... But I would like to propose... Tell me, do you have any idea how people... And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. Supposedly, 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn... Now, of course, that is a travesty. A terrible, horrible waste of human life. I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, with the ability to transmute organic matter. Use your imagination, golden animals, and even if we were to split all those riches between... Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic. Are you in? Excellent. So the first question is, now I have a plan, but first... Good. Then none of this should be a surprise to you. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very form. And would you like to guess what? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods, no! If you tried that, we'd all be dead within... No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then, but make no mistake, this is a dangerous... But in my experience, all the best adventures... But now... Because the gods would see you... I'm more of an ideas man. When Prometheus stole fire from the god... Only because he was silly enough to get... So... Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can guess this is a quality. And here we are. Now, I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head... It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. Oh my gosh, this thing. Hmm? I think so. I'll go check. Alright, there's a lot of stuff I missed. Yeah, I'm cooking ribs. It says I just gotta focus on it now. I should switch it around. It's not working. Paste the stitch.
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow? Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you. And yet you did. And now, here we are. With... No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all the... It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical... Oh, I do love a good... You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. I would reconsider my position, but you're stuck in there with a hornet. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man. But I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were wrong.
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad. My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke
of the earth. Your eyes saw my form, not my unformed substance. How do you have this memorized? Then memorizing the rest of that Song of David. Words, tools. Can't let that happen again. You've got to stop dwelling. Your eyes are my unformed substance. Those are my unformed substance. In your book I think they felt left out. Maybe you'll be a hero and take pressure off. Willing to learn what it takes. Maria's writing leaflet notices and invitations.
You're not supposed to be here.
Make it stop. Kill. Kill me. Make it stop. Help us. Kill us. Kill us.
Love to.
Kill us. Kill me.
Not letting me use the bow anymore, Ark.
Here's an advance. Let's take weeks off. Rest, go for walks. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Finish your drink. I think that correct it's all he was behind the people to see and hear him as out of the resource. He specifically requested. What does he need of the overseer? I think he will be behind. Now what about the hills north of Corazine? Huh? There's plenty of height. His voice would carry. Steve, the land and distance is too far for the people from Tiberius and Magna. He said he wanted to keep it within a day's walk from those cities. Maybe we're just looking for fun. But then you don't go. Gum trees on the backside where we can camp the night before. You already know that? Yeah. This is probably the spot. But why? Is it completely different? Then it's yours. Everything we know for certain established as fact by eyewitnesses in accordance with the law. I know we can't prove it's the same person, but the picture's too striking to it. It doesn't need to be the same person. That's what's wonderful. I'm glad she was dragged for this. To be fair, it was the secretary who was the rabbis found it's the other way around. Minusha. My congregation and students will foam the mouth when they hear this. Make a written record of your conversation with Shimon's secretary. Every word. And find the cloak of the Jesus of Nazareth, the masses of followers and enough detractors, it will get Rome's attention, and then everyone will know. Know what, Rabbi? That Shimon was well aware of these offenses and dismissed them. His obsession with reforming God's immutable law will be exposed for the negligent, lazy, dangerous abomination it is. Not just Shimon. We opened a case with the Sanhedrin, and Nicodemus dismissed it as immaterial. Nicodemus. I've long suspected the lads were corrupted in that house if it gets my name, but I don't know about that. Then spread the word. Tell every scribe, Pharisee, Sadducee, Ascet, priest, teacher, and Levite you know. Why, Rabbi? First, the facts. Divine title for his Daniel's man claims to be his sins, violation of and plans others to do so. It's tax collectors and sinners. Degenerates. Speculation. John the Baptist's students is as follows.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman I have ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
time is it? What?
10:17.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to clean every last statue in this god-forsaken place.
Help me. Love.
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah. Gotta do that in a sec. Gotta do that in a sec.
Make it stop.
Golly, I love this section.
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened. You're going to pay for that. Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. What's so special? What do you mean, the same voice? Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did, but now that I think about it, they were all benevolent. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. Wait, I see what you're trying to steal her away from me. You... Liar! You tried to steal her. Give me one good reason. What? What are you talking about? Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us? So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. It's the air. Coming into contact with her flesh. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden... At least that way she'd be golden again. And we... It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. What? How? Really? I'm not sure. But if you're lying to me, I'll break... You did it. You took away her pain. I swear I'll stay here to keep her company. But I fear the only one capable of In any case, the treatment for rheumatism is willow bark. I believe there's a pot of it already. Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. Go. What? Are you still here?
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff. Oh, hello. You see, my plan was to... But when I opened it... Partner, Fine. Very well.
Oh, shiny. Salve and well. Oh. I suppose it all started about my pa had just arrived. I spent the next in the air, but after about... I remember, I suppose. Anyway. Oh, yeah. I suppose you're right. And... What? Good people. My friend George... Well, I'm just saying. What? Oh. And I'm sure he'll be just across the... Terrible shame, that is. The forum's usually dead, to be honest. I thought... So I popped my head out and saw someone. I called out to them. All I remember is they... So I suppose it could only be one of 3 people. All right.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth from the outside.
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
Alright.